Yes, ma'am. Mayor Nori Garza,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Ruben Plata,
Present.
Councilwoman Jessica Ortega,
Present.
Councilwoman Marissa Gerlach,
Present.
Councilman Alberto Vela.
Present.
Mayor, we've established quorum.
Okay, and today's date is January 13th, 2026. The next item is invocation and pledge of allegiance. And we're honored to have our pastor, Joe Damientos, lead us in prayer today.
Madam Mayor Nori Garza, City Council members, let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you that at the beginning of this wonderful new year, you have privileged these, your servants, to continue on serving you as they serve our community. We invoke your presence in this room. And in doing that, dear God, we ask that you will impart to them the wisdom that they need as they discuss, deliberate, and decide on matters that would affect this beautiful city of Mission. Grant to them the love that you have shown to us, that they too would impart those love to others. And we ask, dear God, that as they continue to serve you in the days ahead, weeks, months, and even years of their term, we ask that you will strengthen them and follow what you have laid in store for them to do. We lift up to you as well those people who work with them. Our police chief, Cesar Torres, and those men and women of the law enforcement, that they would, as they have stated in their vehicles, to trust you as they protect and serve. We lift up to you our Fire Chief Mike Silva and all the other first responders under him. We thank you that they protect as well, and for your protection upon them, we thank you for their safety. We commit everything into your hands this afternoon and prepare each one to give back to you all the praise, the glory, and the honor, for we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you, Pastor, for being here with us and for your inspirational words. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, the next item is disclosure of conflicts of interest. Ms. Ana?
Mayor Pro Tem Ruben Plata has one regarding executive session item number 4 related to Cimarron.
Okay. All right. Next item is our presentations, and the first presentation is Mission CISD, Sherland ISD, and Covenant Christian Academy. Ms. Vivian?
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. At this time, can I have Sherry Land and Mission ISD and Covenant please join me? Mission ISD, Sherry Land, and Covenant. As they join us today, Mayor and Council, I would like to take a moment to thank these wonderful community members and students today. I would like to read a plaque that we are going to present to Mission School District, Sherryland School District, and Covenant Christian Academy. They were a wonderful asset to making our toy drive such a successful. At this time, I would like to read this. In grateful recognition of their outstanding generosity and joyful spirit of giving, with their donations, the City of Mission's Toy Drive, you help fill the hearts of our children and with wonderful hope and holiday cheer. Your kindness is a shining example of what it means to take care of one another. Thank you for your uplifting families, inspiring our community, and making the City of Mission a brighter place for all. So congratulations, everyone.
Our superintendents are here. Would they like to?
If the superintendents would like to say a couple of words.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council, members of the audience. On behalf of Mission CISD, our Board of Trustees, and all of our amazing MCISD work families, staff, and students, thank you for the recognition. I do want to say that a toy drive is more than just a toy drive. In Mission CISD, we're building great schools to change children's lives, their destinies, and their future. And what a more beautiful way than to give to others, which builds empathy, builds responsibility, citizenship, and in that whole community connection, just to make sure that Mission is just the most beautiful city with the most beautiful and amazing citizens. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, council members, thank you for the opportunity of celebrating this day with you. But more than anything, thank you for being a role model. We say something in education that little ears are always listening and little eyes are always watching. And you have given our students at Sherryland ISD the opportunity to learn and to be a part of the good work that you are already doing in our community. So thank you for being good role models. And to my students and my staff and my parents, you give, and you give with your heart, and you made us proud, so thank you so much. Thank you.
Miss Miller, we can't. Good afternoon. That's right, we need to hear from.
I am Melly Becho, and I am the junior class sponsor at Mission High School. And before I say anything else, I'd like to thank Jessica Ortega and Mayor Nori, who have been with me from the very beginning, over 30 years. We started at the Mission Boys and Girls Club with maybe 50 toys. And, hi Andy, thank you too. Okay, and this year, because of the time constraint, I wasn't able to give many to the city, but in total to the Mission Firefighters and the Mission Crime Stoppers and the city, Mission High School gave over 1,200 toys. And it is not me by any means. It is not me. It is a whole army of people, my teachers, my admin, but more than anything, my students, which give from their heart. So I thank you for allowing us to participate. It's always an honor for me to come here. And I do want my principal just to say a couple of words, if that's okay. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Mayor Garza and the City Councilman. My name is Jose Mejia. I'm the proud principal of Mission High School. I want to thank you for having us here today. I know en route coming over here, Ms. Becho was like, you need to talk. I was like, nobody wants to hear me talk. You're the star. And so Ms. Becho does an amazing job. I'm so fortunate and privileged to have the opportunity to work with her. She's really impacted our students and impacted the community of Mission. And I know when we have our homecoming parade, and so she rides with me in the golf cart. I can't even, drive because everybody's, Ms. Becho. So she does a great, amazing job, and we're so privileged to have her at Mission High School. And, she really impacts the lives of students. And I know there's several, probably here in the audience and up here also that know Ms. Becho. And so thank you so much for having us here, and you have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Mayor and City Council, at this time, I also like to recognize that Covenant Christian Academy donated 200 toys to our toy drive, so congratulations to them. I would also like to recognize Ms. Becho and her team. They donated 291 toys and 302 goodie bags, so congratulations to them. Ruben Hinojosa donated 567 toys to the City of Mission, including 202 toys from Ms. Thompson's class. So thank you and congratulations to them as well.
Next item is a presentation by Parks and Recs. Mr. Benson? He's got a lot of good news today.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City Managers. Brad Benson, Director for Mission Parks and Recreation Department. Today, I'd like to recognize two of our swimmers from our Texas Amateur Athletic Federation swim program. First, I'd like to recognize 52-year-old Oscar Arzate, who has been recognized as Texas Amateur Male Athlete of the Year for the City of Mission for the 50-year-old age group and higher. Oscar started swimming at the age of 8 in his home country of Venezuela. He swam until the age of 17 when he took a small break before then returning to the water polo, which he played for about 3 years. He received a degree in agronomy, and then he pursued another degree in the United States in kinesiology. He is currently now a physical therapist here in the United States. Oscar first joined our Marlins Taft swim team about 10 years ago as a swim dad. He would cheer on his twin daughters during the swim meets. About 3 years ago, Oscar wanted to challenge himself to see if he could swim competitively. Every summer since then, Oscar has placed in the top 3 of all of his events, both in regional and state championships. For the 2025 Taft season in College Station, Oscar won 4 first-place medals, 1 silver medal, and in his relays, he finished with his team 5th and 7th place at the State Games of Texas in College Station. For all his accomplishments, Oscar would like to thank his wife, Carla, his daughters, Paula, Valeria, the Mission Marlin swim team coaches, and the Taft program for allowing a swimmer at his age to still reach the dreams and inspire others not to give up. Oscar? Next, I'd like to recognize Valeria Garza for her accomplishments as Athlete of the Year for City of Mission, Athlete of the Year for Region 2, and also State Female for the year this year for Taft. Valeria is now 17, but when she's competing, she was a 16-year-old swimmer for our Mission Marlins Taft team. She has been on an incredible journey since joining our swim team, both at the high school and Taft levels. Valeria has been swimming since age 7 years old and has accomplished numerous achievements ever since. This year, Valeria won the RGV Female Swimmer of the Year for her accomplishments in UIL swimming. She competed in Austin, Texas for the Mac High swim team, where she finished 5th place overall in the state for the 100-meter breaststroke. This summer, she competed in the State Games of Texas, where she won 4 first-place medals, 2 second-place medals in her events. Valeria continues to inspire and encourage her swimmers on her team with her dedication and hard work for both in and out of the pool. Valeria? This is for your city award. This is for your regional award. And this one, my dear, is for your state award. We're very proud of you. Thank you for recognizing us.
It might be easier for them to come up here.
Okay.
Get a picture, please. Next item is our November 2025 Employee of the Month, Ms. Munguia.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Today, we are presenting to you our Employee of the Month for November 2025, which is Mr. Homer Salinas. He's a captain in our fire department, and he was nominated by Mr. Richard Cruz and Chief Silva. I'd like to ask them to please join me up here. And to showcase this nomination, our media department has created a video for you all.
My name is Captain Homer Salinas. I'm with the Mission Fire Department. I've been in the training division. I've been here for 21 years. I make sure that we have the amount of training that these individuals need to do successfully. We're ready for anything that comes our way. Training is very important. Training is our survival, and that's where I help out. I've been selected because I'm part of a team, and part of that is doing beyond and above our duties. It's an honor, and the honor is that they selected me, and it gives me a great privilege to be a representative for the citizens of Mission and the department. Early in my career, I wanted to make a difference in my community. So I selected Mission, and Mission's where I live. And being part of this community, serving the citizens, it is a great honor. Usually we show up when people are having bad days, and we try to make a better day for them. It makes me happy knowing that I've been doing this for a while, but seeing the new individuals coming in and having the same hunger that I had when I came in, and that gets me happy. I just want to thank everybody that's been part of my career development. When I came in, I didn't know anything of the fire service, but when I came in, somebody took the opportunity to show me to be a leader, to be a great mentor, to be an educator, to be an advocate for fire safety. I couldn't be who I am without the fire department, without the chiefs, the captains, the lieutenants, the firefighters, having the recognition from them. I want to say thank you. It's an honor for them to pick me and to see that my achievements will last until they come, and hopefully give them an example to achieve more.
Our December Employee of the Month Month could not be here today, so we're going to move on to the proclamation for Texas Citrus Fiesta. Citrus of the Month. I mean, Citrus of the South, sorry. You're like, no, that's not it.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. It is my great pleasure to be the Texas Citrus Fiesta Director. And with me today, I have our Kings Association King, TJ Flowers, our other King, Ted Prucup, our President of Texas Citrus Fiesta, Amanda Ocaña, our beautiful Royal Court, our Queen, Citriana Jimena Lopez, and our Duchesses today. Before Ms. Jimena reads the proclamation for the celebration of Texas Citrus Fiesta Week, she has gifted our mayor and council a book that she wrote, that it's on your desk right there, that she wrote about Texas Citrus Fiesta industry. Also, before we begin, Mayor, I would like to give the opportunity for TJ Flowers and Ted Prucup, our Kings Association, to say a couple of words along with our President, Amanda Ocaña.
Thank you and good afternoon. My name is TJ Flowers and I'm the Vice President of Lone Star Citrus Growers. And on behalf of the Kings Association, I want to thank Mayor Nori Garza and the council and the City of Mission for all that you guys have done for the Texas Citrus Fiesta. I can remember a time when I was these Duchesses' age when we used to participate in the Texas Citrus Fiesta at the old Mission High School gym. And boy, have we come a long way. Under the leadership of Ms. Amy Tiarina, Director of Texas Citrus Fiesta, we have absolutely reached for the stars. And it's critical in this day and time that we recognize our history, our roots, and all of that goes back to the citrus industry and the City of Mission. So I thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Nori and the City Council. I can't express it any better than TJ did. So heartfelt thanks for all of you, and Amy, appreciate all you've done for us.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Once again, I have to echo all the comments that were made. I do really appreciate the partnership with the City of Mission and Texas Citrus Fiesta. There's been so much growth. A couple of examples is the new float that we got, which is longer, bigger, safer. Rededication of the building. We have a lot of great things in store for the community and the City of Mission. So cheers to moving on and keeping everything tradition, legacy, and we're just so happy that all of these young ladies behind us participate. It's such a nice community, and we really looking forward to the events.
Thank you.
We also want to recognize this year, Mayor, that we do have 34 participants this year. Unfortunately, not all our Duchesses were able to join us today, but we're glad for the ones that attended. And now at this time, we have our Queen, Citriana Jimena Lopez.
I will be reading the proclamation today. Whereas the Texas Citrus Fiesta was founded in Mission in December 1932 to promote the bountiful winter harvest of grapefruits and oranges from the lush, subtropical Rio Grande Valley, and whereas the theme of the first fiesta held outdoors against a backdrop of citrus-bearing trees was Coronation and Pageant of Citrus. With John H. Sherry, considered the father of Texas citrus industry, reigning over the one-day celebration that began with a concert and culminated in the proclamation Fiesta Coronation of King Citrus and Queen Citriana. And whereas the Texas Citrus Fiesta established a lasting tradition of royalty in which a citrus industry leader is selected as king and a queen is chosen from Rio Grande Valley Duchesses, each representing a community and its product or industry. And now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, Texas, do hereby recognize and proclaim the month of January as Texas Citrus Fiesta Month. With this year's theme, Citrus of the South, the City of Mission invites everyone to join the Texas Citrus Fiesta Celebration Week. Monday, January 26, 2026, Product Style Show, Mission Event Center, 6:30 p.m. Thursday, January 29, 2026, Royal Coronation, 7 p.m. Friday, January 30th, 2026, Fun Fair, Benson Community Park, 5:30 p.m. to midnight. Saturday, January 31st, 2026, Parade of Oranges at noon, Fun Fair Day 2, and the Royal Ball at 7 p.m. Proclaimed on this, the 13th day of January 2026. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we take our picture, Mayor, I have a special request from our Tangerine Court. They would like to address you all.
Okay.
Ms. Savannah?
My name is Savannah, and I'm Princess Anna. My name is Alina, and I'm Princess of Lime Blossom. My name is Penny, and I'm Princess of Lemon Blossom. My name is Alina, and I'm Tangerine Blossom.
Okay, I need a motion to accept the resolution.
I'll move to approve the resolution as read.
Second. There's a motion and a second to approve the resolution as read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
The city manager.
Okay. The next item is a recognition of fire department personnel. Chief Silva.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. At this time, I'd like to bring up our staff from Mission Regional Medical Center. They do have an award recognition for our staff, and I'd also like to invite our Medical Director, Dr. Melendez, up to the front.
How you doing? Good to see you. Very good.
A couple of years back, we're at Mission Hospital in the ER, and we get a call from, on dispatch, from Border Patrol and from EMS, and they say a car's gone down in Los Ebanos River, and unfortunately, the 7th-month pregnant woman has washed away. The grandmother has swam to shore with a husband. The husband grabbed the grandmother and swam to shore. And there's a child that's been swept away. We're en route with a 7-month pregnant woman and who has no blood pressure and no pulse. And we have fetal heart tones in the child. So we're in the ER at your hospital. I think no, you weren't born yet, but almost there. And so the chain starts. So we call the laboratory personnel who rush there. We call the x-ray folks so the ultrasound machine can get there. We call the phlebotomist so they can be drawing the blood. We're on the radio with the EMS personnel. And, oh gosh, about 20 minutes later, guess what shows up in the ER? A person without life with a baby inside her that's alive. So, fortunately, I cut the baby out, and the mother woke up. And 10 days later, both the mom and the baby walked out and lived happily ever after, as far as I know. We did get sued because we didn't use anesthesia to pull the baby out, believe it or not. But everybody walked out and everybody did well. Why am I telling you this story? True story. True story. Why am I telling you this story right now? First and foremost, Mission Hospital is an awesome hospital. And for our primary care needs, all my kids were born there, all 4 of them. And I'm very proud to be part of Mission Hospital. I'm very proud that you guys are here. I've known some of you guys for years. And so, great organization. Secondly, let's remember that what we do as medics, as health personnel, depends on what the previous person did. All the way from the border patrolman to the pharmacist to the phlebotomist, it's a team effort. When we're in the ER, this is my 40th year being a doc, and when we're in the ER, we depend a lot on what happens before the patient gets there. And in fact, a lot of the things that happen before they get there really helps determine what ends up happening to them. And so, once again, I'm incredibly proud that those of us that are providing the pre-hospital care are part of the community, live here, shop here, pay taxes here. We see each other driving down the street. When I first got here to work at Mission Hospital as a doctor, guess what? You had to live in Mission. You actually had to live in Mission. And so we're still, even though we're not as tight-knit as we used to be 39 and a half years ago, we're still a tight-knit community. And so everything that these folks do, everything that these folks do, everything that these guys do, it's not the doctor, it's the team. I just want to remind you that day after day, I could tell you many, many stories. You know, I never saw a microphone I didn't love. But it's just so important that we understand exactly how impactful these people are. And when they take time to recognize us, it's a big deal. So, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Melendez, and good afternoon to Mayor Nori and our City Commission. Thank you for having us here today. My name is Kathleen Avila. I'm the Regional Director for Business Development for Mission Regional Medical Center. We have 3 hospitals here in South Texas. Sorry. Today, I'm joined with some of our administration, our Chief Nursing Officer, Cesar Guerra, our Emergency Room Director, Ada Romero, and Magali Rocha, our Trauma and Stroke Manager. Our leadership team works hand in hand, like Dr. Melendez mentioned, every day with your first responders, and our nurses to deliver compassionate, high-quality care in those critical moments and when patients and families need us most. Today, we are truly honored to recognize the extraordinary actions and dedication of our first responders whose swift, selfless care made a life-saving difference. This is a proclamation honoring life-saving medics of the City of Mission. On behalf of Mission Regional Medical Center, we are deeply honored to recognize the City of Mission for 4 extraordinary responders whose swift and selfless actions exemplify the various highest standards of emergency medical care. I'd like them to come forward so that we can recognize them. Firefighter paramedic Gabino Peña. AMET Liana Rios. Firefighter paramedic Jose Trevino. And firefighter paramedic Jaime Gonzalez. These are the true heroes here that work for us every single day. On the evening of August 25th, 2025, at approximately 9 p.m., emergency 911 services were dispatched for an unresponsive 68-year-old patient, Jose Herrera, who was gasping for breath. Responding without hesitation, firefighter paramedic Gabino Peña and AMET Liana Rios were the first to arrive on the scene. They immediately assessed the critical situation and began life-saving interventions with urgency and precision. Shortly thereafter, firefighter paramedic Jaime Gonzalez and firefighter Jose Trevino, which is also a paramedic, arrived to assist. Working seamlessly as a team, they established and secured the patient's airway, continuing advanced life-saving care with remarkable efficiency, speed, and skill. Because of their decisive actions and unwavering commitment to Mr. Herrera, the patient was stabilized and transported to Mission Regional Medical Center, where he received continued care. After a 2-day hospital stay, he stayed longer, but after 2 days, he did gain consciousness, and as a result, his physicians and family described this as nothing short of a miracle. His family shared, if there hadn't been life-saving treatment close to home, our beloved Jose would not be here today. Mission Regional Medical Center proudly honors Gabino Peña, Liana Rios, Jaime Gonzalez, and Jose Trevino, 4 true heroes whose courage and compassion saved a life every single day. As a small token of our immense gratitude, we represent each of them with our heroic challenge coins, symbolizing our respect and appreciation and profound thanks for their service to our community. Your actions remind us all that heroes walk among us. Thank you.
For my behalf, I would just like to thank the city, especially the chief and Dr. Melendez, the training that the firefighters and EMTs receive. You know, you guys have set the standard, and this is proof because of you guys. You know, there was a family that was able to spend one more Christmas with their loved one. There's a family that got to spend one more New Year's with a loved one. So what y'all do matters, and we appreciate y'all very much. Thank y'all so much.
There's the next, well, yeah, the other ones are just reports. Yes, please.
All right, the next item on our agenda is a quarterly report by the Ambulance Board on EMS. We have Dr. Melendez, Chief Silva, and Ted Brown.
Tim, yep.
Tim Brown.
I'm Tim Brown. I'm the chairman for the ambulance board. I want to say thank you to Mayor Nori for reappointing me, and I want to say thank you to this council for allowing me to do this for this community. I will say there's not going to be a whole lot of changes. There's a few little things I'd like to highlight. I think you have the slides there in front of you. We'll go to the first slide here. So these totals are obviously from July 1st to September the 30th. Some of our transports dropped a little bit in July. We had one unit that was in the shop for a significant amount of time. And so that's why you see that, but we are being consistent in our pickups. It's a little over 500 each and every month. However, you see that drop just because one ambulance, one unit was in the shop. If we go to the next slide, this is our average response time. I'm still very proud of our response time. It is significantly lower than the national record. It is higher than it was our last report. Once again, we attribute that to being one ambulance short. That problem has since been resolved. We'll talk about that at the very end. This is where we take our patients. As you can see, like Dr. Melinda said, we have a very good hospital right here in Mission. That is where the majority of our patients go. We try to make sure that we have the ambulances back on the road as quickly as possible. And so you'll notice that most of our deliveries, if you will, our transports are to hospitals where we can get back on the road, have that ambulance back in service. Okay, this is a breakdown of all the different ambulances and how much they do. You can tell which ambulance in July was down. That was Medic 1. That is the reason we had that lower transport rate during July as well. One of the things that the staff is really good about doing is monitoring these. They also monitor throughout the hours of the day to see if they need to move some ambulances from one place to another to make sure that each area of the city is covered and that each ambulance is doing approximately about the same amount of work versus one crew getting all the work and another crew not. So they've done a really good job of that. Okay, this is an example of our overlapping worksheet. Since we have several ambulances now, you see this number is very small. Overlapping is just one or two. We're doing very well in covering the city. All right, this is always a scary one here. This is our cash collections. Mr. Plata, I think the last time this was some concerns that you brought up. I believe that since the last time we spoke, I believe Emergicon has actually come and had a workshop with the council. One of the things that we learned was statutorily there's some items we just can't collect due to billing laws. We are in the same realm as we were before. We're still doing very good on our collections. It's not as much as we would like, but that being said, we're still doing very good compared to nationwide levels. Okay, next. And that's it. I'll open it up for questions, but before we open it for questions, I do want to say that we now have Medic 5 is on the road. It is working, so that gives us an opportunity to make sure that we continue to have all our ambulances out there. We can have a maintenance schedule now, whereas we could not have a maintenance schedule before. So now that's being covered. We also now have in our possession Medic 6. It is not licensed yet, but it's well in the process of getting licensed. So we're along those lines. One of the things, you look at these numbers, and those numbers are scary, but when you see presentations like you just saw, the proclamation, sometimes we have to count things in lives that were saved. And I want to say each and every one of you that are up here should really take pride in knowing that the city of Mission, the citizens of Mission are safer, lives are being saved because of your investment in this city. Anybody have anything you would like to ask?
I don't have any questions. Anybody? Any questions?
And you can remain seated. You don't even have to take a picture with me. But
Yeah,
thank you.
right.
Appreciate
Right.
you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief, do you have any comments? No?
I have a reminder, just a big reminder, number one in the entire country in poverty, one or two, number one or two in poverty. The current politicians running for Congress are saying it's 52,000 per family. It's about 36. Average age of a person in Hidalgo County is 27 years. Number one per capita in diabetes, mellitus, hypertension, obesity, and utilization of hemodialysis. So when you have, and of course, average educational levels about 8th grade. So when you have a community that historically has been suffering because of poverty, educational access, and you see these type of numbers, the collection rates, and what they've been able to accomplish by hiring professional people to do billing services and to run the system itself, I think it adds a clearer picture than just pure numbers. No one ever argued that this was going to be where's my accountant? that this was going to be a money-making service, but it certainly is a life-saving service. And I tell you, I go to all 13 hospitals in the area, and I deal with the vast majority of the city sponsored ambulance companies. We have the best reputation. And I can vouch, I'm a little bit biased, but I can vouch that we have the premier service, certainly above, I won't give names, but certainly above the rest. So you guys should be very, very proud of what these young men and women are doing.
Thank you, Dr. Melendez. Thank you. Okay, thank you. The next item is a Boys and Girls Club quarterly report.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. To piggyback off of what Dr. Melendez mentioned, Mission Hospital saved my life almost 7 years ago, so I can agree that it's one of the best hospitals we've got in our area. What a fun 2 months it's been for me.
This is your first report?
It is our first
since the
report. It
transition,
is,
right?
I'm happy to be here. We're excited about the things going on at the club. We just started our after-school program registration. Actually, today was our first day after Christmas break. It's amazing what's going on at the club. Just to give you an idea, we just brought a couple numbers here. Over the fall program, we serviced 162 kids daily at our 3 units. In our athletic programs, we finished volleyball and flag football. We had over 600 kids. So all in all, on a daily basis, we're serving between 700 to 800 kids, including both programs, not including their parents, not including the grandmas, the grandpas, and all the other little kids that aren't a part of our program. So to say that the club is doing its part to build a foundation for our future would be an understatement. We are pushing forward with everything that we've tried to do at the club. I do have a couple news and notes. We are registering for basketball for anybody that hasn't registered yet. Go by the club, we'll get you set up. It is a fun league. Couple times, we got to remind parents that our kids are 5 and 6 years old and they probably won't be playing in the NBA for another 15 to 20 years. But, that's something that we put up with and we're good with it. Our next fundraiser will be our BGC Mission Golf Classic. If you haven't played in it, it is one of the funner tournaments throughout the year for any organization. I'm a little biased, but it is. That one will be sometime in May. We are working on government relations grants through BGCA, through Texas Alliance, all different aspects to help us provide these programs that we provide for our kids, in hopes that eventually our kids won't have to pay for any of our programs, just after school sites. We have been appointed to Hidalgo County Prosperity Task Force that will target the underprivileged, people that are still struggling, with mental health and with financial issues. And it is, I think, we've got 125,000 people in Hidalgo County that don't have a high school degree or a GED. This is our target area with this task force. And Boys and Girls Clubs of Hidalgo County have been appointed to reach out a little bit more and try to get all these kids that are disadvantaged to get back into school and find their path. Our teen program right now is the 13 to 18 years old. It's absolutely free for any teen that wants to come to our program. They don't have to pay anything. That's something that is our target area with BGCA. That's where we have our biggest mental health issues. We were awarded $100,000 from Boys and Girls Clubs of America Rural Initiative. We will be soon expanding into our western areas, our more rural areas that don't have, our kids don't have the opportunities there. So that's something really big. We be targeting or partnering with UTRGV for their student interns to come in and do their intern hours at our club, give us an opportunity to bring in more kids. We are a little capped with our staffing. We just added 3 more, so that's going to bring in even more kids. Biggest part, or what I'm happy about, all of y'all have your brochures. This January, this month, we'll be kicking off our Ramon Rosales Jr. Dream Big project. This is our corporate sponsor program. We invite any business, any individual, any community to help us out, make sure we can provide our kids programming as cheap as possible, because The studies show that kids that come to Boys and Girls Clubs all have a better route to our future. I think just about 80% of the people in this room or in this community have been through the Boys and Girls Club of Mission, and our kids have been there. My kids, I'm a club kid, my kids are club kids. There is no measure to what these clubs do. I'll close up with this. Andy, I had mentioned something to him. He wanted to do a recognition. I'm not really about that, but about less than a month ago, I was sitting in my office in my house, and my wife walks in and trying to pull out my hair, you know, figuring out what we're doing here. And I asked her, am I crazy? And she's like, after 30 years, the crazy is not the word. But then she reached on the desk and she grabbed a plaque and said, this is why we do this. In November, I was named South Texas Alliance CEO, or South Texas State Alliance CEO of the Year. And if that says something, that means we're doing something right here in Mission. That's not my award, that's the city's award, that's our staff's award. That's something that we do for our kids, and we are ever so grateful for the opportunity. Look forward to just continued growth. Anybody have any questions? I'm more than happy to field them. You're more than welcome to come to our office anytime you want. It's awesome.
Rick, I would just like to add, thank you so much for your leadership. I'd like to make the donation to the Ramon Rosales. He was such a great advocate for our kids and our municipal court judge. And I want to challenge all of my colleagues up here to also give a donation to such a great cause for scholarships for our kids in our community.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next item is a report from Mission Economic Development Corporation. Mr. Garcia, or who's doing the presentation?
I will.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Garcia is losing his voice.
Ah,
so
okay.
I'll be speaking on his behalf. Yes. Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, City Managers. My name is Candice Rodriguez. I'm the Communications and Public Relations Manager for the Mission Economic Development Corporation, here to give the Economic Development Report. Starting off, we have our Build Mission Fund. This cycle, we received 42 applications reflecting strong local demand for our program. In total, a total of 15 mission-based small businesses received up to $15,000 in grant funding, totaling $225,000 invested back into the mission community. Our 2025 awardees are Salon 1518, Kayala Coffee, JM Curtain Designers, Mr. Corn Gourmet Core and More, Corazon Consulting, El Patio, RGV Decals and Iron-Ons, BFF Hair Studio, Signs Insurance, The Oak Nutrition, Savvy Designs, Palms 2 Lounge, Blue Bonnet Creations, Armadillo Plaza, and Marvick Enterprises. So together, these investments reflect Mission EDC's continued commitment to empowering local small businesses and ensuring that homegrown companies remain a driving force in Mission's economy. We have our 2025 annual report officially out. It is released both in print and digital formats, which is the copy that you all have received today. This annual report highlights how Mission remained in motion through partnerships, progress, and key projects. Throughout the annual report, you'll see that it embeds QR codes linking to different video project highlights. And this annual report reflects a collaborative, team-driven effort showcasing Mission's continued momentum. I know that this project is special to me because this was my first project coming onto the Mission EDC team. So please read through it, give us your feedback. It's a labor of love for us and our team there at the Mission EDC, and we're very proud of it. In international relations news, our Mission EDC CEO, Mr. Teclo Garcia, was recently named an honorary representative of the state of San Luis Potosí. This appointment was made by Governor Ricardo Guayardo Cardona and Economic Development Secretary Jesus Salvador Gonzalez. This appointment reinforces Mission's growing role in international trade and cross-border economic collaboration. So we just want to congratulate Mr. Garcia again on this appointment.
Congratulations.
Mission EDC recently hosted the Business Over Breakfast. This series was focused on our real estate forum. This topic focused on shifting market conditions, renewed lending activity, and strategic growth planning. Featured insights included from real estate experts such as Nick Rhodes, Mark Hanna, Dolly Elizondo, Bob Lozano, and Daniel Padilla. Discussions highlighted commercial, residential, and industrial trends shaping Mission's growth. This past Friday, UTRGV Market Lab, was hosted at the Seed Building, where we welcomed the newest cohort of the UTRGV Market Lab. The UTRGV Market Lab is a 6-week no-cost program in partnership with the UTRGV Robert C. Vacker College of Business and Entrepreneurship. This 6-week program provides entrepreneurs with tools for branding, audience insights, and data-driven decision-making. Of these 40 participants, 25 are mission-based, many of them including some of our past MEDC program participants. And so this program reflects strong and growing entrepreneurial momentum here in Mission, and we will be hosting them every Friday for the next 5 weeks. So we're excited to have them there at the Seed. Our next slide includes a video showcasing a recent ribbon cutting that the Mission Economic Development Corporation hosted in collaboration with the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce and Killen Development on the Sherryland Business Park. This ribbon cutting was held for the 175-acre industrial development by Killen Development, which is strategically located near Ansandua's Bridge. It's an estimated $275 million investment, and this strengthens Mission's position in logistics, manufacturing, distribution, and international trade.
It is an exciting morning here in the city of Mission as we open Sherryland Business Park, a dream come true for us here at the city. Thank you to the Killen Development for choosing the city of Mission.
This park is an example of what happens when industry leadership and the community align toward growth.
When complete, this development will serve as a key hub for logistics, manufacturing, cold storage distribution, as well as business opportunities in technology, data, and innovation. Thank you all for believing in this vision, for believing in us. We look forward to the growth and opportunities that Sherryland Business Park will bring and represents. And we're just getting started together.
And that concludes our economic development report. Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions. Anyone?
Thank you all.
Thank you. The next item are departmental reports. Those were in our packets. Are there any questions?
I move to approve the reports as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the reports as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item is citizens' participation. Has anyone signed up, Ms. Anna? No. Okay. We will move on to announcements. Ms. Jess, do you have any announcements? No, thank you.
No, Mayor, no announcements.
Let me ask Marissa? No? Beto?
No.
No? Okay. JP?
Yes, Mayor, I have a couple of events going on these next 2 weeks. We're gonna have a groundbreaking ceremony for La Cuchilla Drainage Project this Thursday, January 15th at 10 a.m., located at 835 Mile 1 South Road. Also, next week, we're gonna have the groundbreaking ceremony for Taylor Road Phase 2 from Business 83 to Mile 2 Improvement Project. It's gonna be next Tuesday, January 20th at 10 a.m. on the northwest corner of Business 83 and Taylor Road. That's all the events I have, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Alrighty, I don't have any comments at this time, so we're gonna move on to our public hearing. And the first item is a consideration for a rezoning request.
Mayor, City Council, good evening. The first is a rezoning case from R1 single-family residential to R2 duplex fourplex for a proposed triplex project. This is on Nicholson, just north of 4th Street. Zoning is R1 all around. But as you can see, there's a lot of apartments in the area, legal non-conforming uses. This went before the Planning and Zoning Commission, and based on all the apartments in the area, And based on the no opposition from the surrounding property owners, PNC recommended approval unanimously.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Are there any questions from the council?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion to approve the recommendation of planning and zoning.
Okay. There's a motion and a second to approve the planning and zoning's recommendation of, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5753. Next item.
Next item is a conditional use permit for a drive-through service window for Taqueria Oviedo on the Inspiration Road, just south of the expressway. And basically, they're just switching the drive-through window from the north side to the south side.
Okay.
No opposition, and so we're recommending approval, and PNC recommended approval.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or opposition to this request? Are there any questions or a motion?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the recommendation as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that is ordinance number 5754? Yes, okay. Next item.
It's a conditional use permit to allow a mobile food unit named Lou's Coffee Shop in a property zone commercial. This is proposed in the Missionville Commercial Plaza, which is on Bryan, just south of the expressway. So there's some green area there just north of the suites where the unit is proposed. It's in compliance with our ordinance. If you remember, the 1 mile distance is outside the circle, so it's in compliance with the ordinance, and staff is recommending approval. A narrative provided by the applicant explaining the project, the site plan, and a real cute mobile home unit. Yes.
Yeah.
So no opposition, PNC recommended approval unanimously.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to the request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Are there any questions?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
I'll second that motion for Lulis Coffee Shop.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5755.
Good luck.
Next item.
Coffee time.
In preparation for the Texas Citrus Fiesta Fun Fair, this is a conditional use permit for the alcoholic beverages. No opposition, PNC recommended approval.
Okay, is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Are any questions or a motion?
Mayor, I'd like to, second?
There's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5756. Next item.
It's a conditional use permit to allow the offering of alcoholic beverages at the monthly events of the Art League at the part of the library complex. And so here's the schedule of monthly events for 2026. And based on a history of never having any issues with these events, we're recommending life of the use.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to the request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Are there any questions?
Mayor, I move to approve.
Second. There's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit for life of use. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
I know this is not, but I think they do something about the landscaping on that facility. It will help. There's a lot of people that come from outside of the city to come and visit that place, and it does need a lot of help on the landscape.
Brad? Yeah, it's a city building.
What does that mean?
No, that means maybe.
can you present something to us? I think it's something that needs to be done quick. I mean, they do have a lot of activities, people that come from out of town, and needs to be beautified, I think.
Okay, thank you. And that's ordinance number 5757. Okay, next item.
It's a renewal of a conditional use permit for an event center, which is Elise Event Center. This is at the Sherry Business Commercial Plaza on Sherry, south of Griffin Parkway. There's no alcoholic beverages in this event center. There hasn't been any issues since they started. So PNC recommended the life of the use.
Okay, is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Are there any questions?
Mayor, I move to approve with a life of use as recommended.
Here's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as presented with the life of use. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's item, ordinance number 5758. Next item.
It's a conditional use permit renewal for the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages at the El Ronco Cervicar building, which is mostly, it's a drive-through. Most of the alcohol sales are to go, but they do have 3 tables in the front in case somebody wants to have a snack with an alcoholic beverage. So their alcohol permit is for on-site consumption of beverages. So we recommended a 3-year, based on no issues, and they improved the traffic circulation. We're recommending a 3-year permit.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to the request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Are there any questions?
Mayor, I move to approve for the renewal of the conditional use permit for El Ronco Cervicar.
Second. Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that is ordinance number 5759. Next item.
The next item is a zoning ordinance amendment to not allow a bar in a property zone, a neighborhood commercial district. I believe the agreement is, the consensus is that a bar should only be in a C3 zoning, which is a more intense commercial zoning with a conditional use permit, and not in the neighborhood. So this will strike from the ordinance a bar in that zoning category.
Okay. Okay, are there anyone like to speak in favor or in opposition to the change amendment to the zoning article number 8? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
I'd like to speak in favor, in favor of the ordinance.
In favor of the ordinance?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of confused here, but Maria Salinas, 750 Miller, so it's saying to adopt an ordinance amending the code of ordinances. To use this district, and is this against neighborhood commercial district? I'm trying to align it with the ISOS.
What this ordinance amendment does, it does not allow a bar in a C2 zone. It would only be allowed in a C3 zone. With the ordinances the way they are now, it does allow for a bar to be in a C2 zone. So we're changing it to allow them only on a C3, which is a higher level of
So it's
commercial.
an additional restriction to a bar.
Right.
Well, I'm still kind of confused because I don't know if we're C2 or C3, but I do not believe anybody needs to have any kind of bar across the street from me.
Well, this doesn't allow it in a C2 zone, which is a lower zoning.
And right now, the way mental health is and all these illnesses, we need to try to live a normal life.
I get it, yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Anyone else in favor or in opposition? Are there any questions?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
And a second. There's a motion and a second to approve the ordinance amendment as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that is ordinance number 5760. Next item.
Zoning ordinance amendment to place restrictions for new car wash facilities to not be able to locate within 1 mile of an existing car wash. And this is due to the drought conditions. So this is in line with our water conservation efforts. We have a map where we mapped all the existing facilities. So there's still a few spots where a car wash could develop, like South Bryan, South Conway, but most of Central Mission will not be able to establish a new car wash facility if this ordinance is adopted.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this change? Are there any questions?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the amendment as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5761. Next item.
Zoning ordinance amendment to not require a conditional use permit for a drive-through window for new restaurants and fast food establishments. So this will streamline the process for commercial permits for fast food restaurants. There's still a site plan approval by PNC, so PNC still gets to review the site plan, but there will not be lengthy delays on new fast food restaurant projects.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this change in the ordinance? Are there any questions?
I move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the ordinance amendment as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5762. And that concludes our public hearing. Next item is consent agenda, and that's items number 22 through 50. Are there any items that need to be pulled and considered separately?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve items 22 through, what is it, 54?
It's
With Ms. Anna reading it for us, because that's a lot.
50. It's item 50.
Oh, 50?
Okay. Ms. Anna, would you do the honors?
Yes, ma'am. Item 22, approval of December 9th minutes. Item 23, acknowledge receipt of minutes, Sherry Golf Course Advisory Board, Zoning Board of Adjustments, Citizens Advisory Committee, Spear Memorial Library. Item 24, authorization to solicit bids for purchase of water line maintenance supply. 25, authorization to award bid for ready mixed concrete to 57 Concrete LLC. 26, ratification of emergency repairs to the Madero Water Tower in the amount of $30,100. 27, authorization to execute first one-year renewal for printing and mailing services with Upper Valley Mail Services. 28, authorization to engage a retirement consulting service provider for 457B program enhancements. 29, authorization to submit program application for FY26 E-rate. Item 30, authorization to solicit requests for proposals pertaining to FY26 E-rate Category 2. 31, authorization to solicit requests for proposals from vendors for professional services to provide grant writing, administration, management, and consulting services. Item 32, authorization to award bid to Pest Lab for pest control services. Item 33, authorization to request proposals to provide temporary food truck or similar service at Cherry Municipal Golf Course. 34, approval to ratify interlocal agreement between City of Mission and Mission CISD for procurement of goods and services. 35, approval of resolution 2024, accepting and filing certificate of completion for co-interim city manager JP Terrazas and assistant finance director Zeza Garcia for TML Public Investment Fund training. 36, approval to enter into an MOU with Little Youth Club Foundation. 37, authorization to enter into mutual aid between City of Mission Fire EMS and Medical and Trauma Specialist LP. 38, authorization to enter into a facilities use agreement for public service agencies between STC and Mission Fire Department. 39, approval of ordinance 5763, providing for no parking signs at 700 block of South Glasscock Road and 700 block of Union Avenue. 40, approval of resolution 2025, authorizing Mission Police Department to submit agreement for temporary closure of state right-of-way for the Walk of Christ event. 41, authorization to continue purchases for FY 25-26 from vendors with forecasted expenditures exceeding $25,000. 42, authorization to purchase 22 body-worn cameras from Motorola Solutions with a 25% cash match from the city. 43, approval of resolution 5764, repealing ordinance 5506, creating and establishing an audit committee. 44, consideration and possible action to approve interlocal agreement with City of Mission and City of Fort Worth for participating in Fort Worth Purchasing P-Card program. 45, approval of resolution 2026, authorization to enter into lease purchase agreement with Government Capital for the purpose of financing front-end loader. 46, plat approval for Conway Village subdivision. 47, authorization to purchase 106 rifle-resistant body armor with plates from GT Distributors. 48, authorization to purchase 3 Chevy pickup trucks from Sames Laredo Chevrolet. 49, authorization to purchase 2 Ranger Cruise and 1 Polaris Expedition via Sourcewell contract. Item 50, authorization to complete the re-roof project for Children's Advocacy Center, amount of $153,311.47, subject to approval of MEDC reimbursement agreement. And those are our consent agenda items.
I'll second
Okay.
all those items.
There's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented and read. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item under approvals and authorizations.
This is an approval for a resolution number
2027.
4027, authorizing to liquidate surplus city-owned real property by soliciting and receiving offers for its sale pursuant to the Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 272. The City Council desires to entertain offers for the sale of the following city-owned properties. Lot 2, Block 2, Tolly, number 2, which is off Adams Street. I wasn't able to find out as to how long we've had it, but we've had it for quite some time. The other property is Carlos G. Leal subdivision, Lot 19, Block 6 at 919 Ranking. We've held it for 32 years. The other one is Mission Palms Estate, Lot 144, address of 1733 Del Lobo Drive, which had it for 23 years. And the Neil Tully subdivision, Lot 14, which is address 1400 West Ray Circle. We've held it for 36 years. Staff and co-interim city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve resolution number 4027, authorizing to liquidate surplus city-owned real property. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item.
Item number 52, Mayor, calls for the authorization to solicit requests for qualifications for the real estate broker services for marketing and sale of certain city-owned properties beforehand mentioned. The request for qualification will solicit statements of qualification from licensed real estate brokers with experience in municipal and/or real estate transactions. Following the evaluation of the qualification, staff will negotiate commission percentages and contract terms with the most qualified respondent for city council consideration and approval. Staff and co-interim city manager recommend approval.
Any
I
questions?
move to approve.
There's a motion. Second. And a second to approve the authorization to solicit for RFQs for real estate brokers services. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Next item.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Item number 53, approval of resolution number 2028, granting consent to the addition of land in El Milagro Management District to include Lot A of Sherryland Plantation Village Las Placitas Subdivision Phase 1, which is located on the northwest corner of Sherry and Military. The City of Mission, Texas previously consented to the creation of the Municipal Management District with powers and authorities of a municipal management district operating pursuant to Chapter 375 Texas Local Government Code, Section 42.042 of the Texas Local Government Code, provides the land within the city extraterritorial jurisdiction of corporate boundaries may not be included with the municipal management district without the city's consent. The additional is Lot A of the plat of Sherryland Plantation Village Las Placitas Subdivision Phase 1. Staff and co-interim city manager recommends approval. And we have in the audience Dr. Rolly Ortiz with Killam's Development. If you have any questions or concerns.
Okay, thank
I
you.
move to approve.
Okay. There's a motion and a second to approve resolution number 4028. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's resolution 4028.
2048.
2048, sorry.
2028. Sorry, now I'm confused too.
Yes, it's 2028.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Next item.
Mayor, Council, Mr. Terrazas, discussion and action regarding extension of the city's existing tax increment reinvestment fund. So there's a consideration for the extension of the city's existing tax increment reinvestment zone for an additional 15 years, moving the expiration date from December 31st to 2030 to December 31st, 2045. The proposed action maintains a single TERS without additional properties to the existing TERS footprint, and the proposed extension will also transition the city's participation from 100% to 50% of its levy in the TERS. The resulting TERS extension will allow for a current capacity of 22 million for its first bond issuance. This is primarily just discussion, so as we discuss the TERS and a potential extension, as we know, we commit 100% of the city's property tax levy to that TERS within that TERS zone based off of the increment in the TERS. What we currently pay to the TERS right now as a percent of levy, 100% of levy is about $5 million within the TERS. So the TERS itself approximates about 14% of the appraised value within the city alone. So it's a pretty large geographical area, and of course the growth has been substantial, outpacing the city's current growth rate, right? So right now, again, the TERS is acquiring about $5 million directly from the city. The intent of the participation agreement and the extension is to bring that down from $5 million to about $2.5 million. So right now, one of the things that staff is currently doing, and I've been meeting directly with the tax office, the tax assessor collector, as well as Estrada Hinojosa, which is our city's financial advisor, and TXP, which is the TERS is basically their strategic planning and consultant. So we've been working together to see exactly how this change in the TERS would impact the property tax within the city of Mission. So ultimately, it's already kind of embedded directly into the city's taxable basis, right? But of course, being the very first time that a TERS expires in the valley, even the tax office was somewhat unaware of exactly how this would be affecting our tax worksheets for subsequent years, right? So before we actually discuss any type of related information on the tax rates, of course, and what the impact would be, we wanted to go ahead and possibly provide some additional information at a future workshop. But we did want to at least bring this to council to explain that that's going to be approaching, right? We have that TERS basically expiring at 2030. So that's something that we'll need to consider and plan in advance, especially for the bond issuance, right? So currently, what's in front of you today is the 22 million bond issuance that would be a product of that TERS extension, right? So as you extend the TERS extension, bondholders will buy basically bonds that are pledged against the future revenues of that TERS over the next 15 years. So the 22 million will be, of course, funding those particular projects that you have in your packet, at least proposed and tentatively, right? So we do have that, and of course, if this option were to go through, the TERS would have additional capacity in the future for future bond issuances. I did want to give Teclo a chance. I know that you're feeling under the weather, so hopefully I covered most of it.
Can you read the list of the projects and the dollar amounts?
Yes, I can do that. So the list of the projects starts with the Bryan Road construction at 6.2 million, Taylor Road construction at 4 million, treated water line at Cimarron for 2.1 million, South Water Plant feasibility at 4 million, Citriana Street drainage at 1.3 million, Horner Street at 1.6 million, Benson Palm Park renovation at 1 million, and Los Ebanos Road at 1.5 million, for a total of 21.7 million.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any questions?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the item that was just presented in reference to the extension of the city's existing tax increment reinvestment zone. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
And if I can comment on one thing, so there are gonna be a couple of public hearings. I know Teclo is gonna be kind of charged with getting that together, and the council will be seeing this again soon. Thank you.
Yes, Mayor, City Council, I'm the Executive Director of the TERS, and we've been working hand in hand with Andy and with our board, our chairman, and the consultants to make sure this goes through smoothly. So we'll stay on that until we get it done, and hopefully it'll be very fruitful for the city.
I guess just a little history on this. This was the first step that needed to happen in order to extend the time of the TERS. So like Andy said, there'll be some public hearings that will be, give more detail and have the opportunity for our residents to participate.
Yes, ma'am. I think it's important for you and the council to know, and the public, that these sort of extensions are very common. And this is, a process in which this allows us, as Andy said, to leverage the TERS to borrow money and to do projects immediately. The TERS has gone through several issuances of debt for many projects. And by 2030, when the original deadline for this TERS would have been, is by the end of 2030, to December 31st, we will have been able to get rid of most of our debt by that time. And it's likely, but doesn't mean that you must, or the board there would do this, but with that much cleared off the decks, we will be able to probably formulate another issuance, if that's so desired by the boards and the council, and likely we'll have a much higher ceiling on how much we can borrow. Maybe, up to 50 million. So we'll be able to do even more projects at that time. But this gets us through and addresses some key needs for the city, and we're happy to do that.
Okay. So there is a, did we already vote?
I made a motion.
There is a motion. Did we vote already? We already put it, right? Yes. Okay, okay. All right, thank you. Next item is unfinished business, and we do have a tabled item. Is there a motion to?
Mayor, I move to move the item from the table.
Okay, there's a motion.
Second.
And a second to remove item number 55 from the table. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Bless you.
Thank you, Terrazas.
Yes, Mayor. So tabled item brought back into open discussion regarding section 500.06 of the city mission personnel policy related to vacation leave. The item is presented to allow for a comprehensive review of the current provisions, address any operational concerns or inconsistencies, and determine whether amendments, clarifications, or updates to the policy are warranted to ensure uniform application across all city departments in alignment with organizational needs. So I know that, of course, there were a couple of concerns that were brought up, as it pertains to to personnel and the use of vacation leave. The purpose and primary purpose of this leave policy was to transition from the advanced use of leave for personnel to starting to go through the accrual process of leave, which means that personnel would actually acquire leave as they completed months, days of service, right? So that's what that policy had established, but open for any questions or concerns.
Mayor, after discussion in the workshop, I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and reverse what we approved at this meeting and kind of take a look at it again, bring it up in possibly a workshop, because several of us had some questions.
Yes, and what
And
we-
also the top discussion, what Mayor mentioned, and I agree with her, is that whenever these type of changes are done, we need to make sure that our employees are aware of them and give them enough time to make those arrangements.
Understood. And so what we would do in this, for coming to the next council meeting, is we would bring this back as an item to amend the existing policy. So since it is a part of the policy, we'll bring it as another item on the next agenda.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it cannot be approved as of today, since it was
It's
already?
because this one says discussion regarding, so it's not, it's not an actionable item.
Well, and we would need an ordinance, the personnel policy
Is changed by ordinance.
So it'll be
But
on
we'll-
on the 27th?
Yes, but we'll bring that on the 27th.
So then no action is required at this time?
No action required.
Okay, all righty, thank you.
Thank you.
The next items are in executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
I'll move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to go into executive session pursuant to Government Code 551.071 and 074. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second to go into open session at 7:15. In reference to items number 1, 2, 3, and 5. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to proceed as discussed in executive session.
And a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and there is no action on item number 4, and no action on item number 6.
I'll move to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn,
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.